Goldbergs. So she was taking a picture with Carol Burnett, right? And I'm in the background like this. And the only reason I knew I was in the background of her picture is because I saw it on Instagram, and I'm literally like this. I mean, I swear, I'm just like, oh my God, so close yet so far. And then I see Regina King, and I'm just grabbing on these people. I don't know these people. I'm just grabbing onto them like, hey, girl. She's like, girl. I said, oh my God, did you see Carol Burnett over there? She said, let's go. I said, okay. And I get to talk to Carol, and I am just a blubbering idiot, but there's a picture of me, and I am so happy, tears of joy, right? Okay. So I share this with the people that I'm working with. And so they're like, okay, Carol Burnett, now we're back to January. Carol Burnett's coming. We're just giving you a little breathing room to get used to the idea so that, you know, when she comes, I'm like, I got you. Yes, thank you for having me. Yes, because I'm authentic. I authentically love me some Carol Burnett. So the week before she gets there, I'm in my room, and the executive producer, who is now Amy Householder, she comes in, and there happened to be another person in the room, the culinary person. We're going over recipes and stuff, and she says, well, you know Carol's coming. And I'm like, yeah, I've been counting down the days, you know, secretly making X's on my calendar. We're not going to let you interview her. High lows, child, high lows. This was a low. And I was like... And inside, I was just like, oh, I was crushed. And I couldn't even form the words, and I just looked up at her like this, and I said, and in my head, the thing that went through my head was advocate for yourself. Advocate for yourself, because so often as women, we don't do that. We're just like, okay. And then we'll call a friend, and we'll talk to them about the moment when we've given our power away in the moment, right? So I said, why do you think that? And she said, well, remember when you had this interview with this person and you did this? And she was like all this backtracking stuff, and I said, and what I really wanted to say was, why didn't you tell me that in the moment? Right? Why didn't you tell me that so I could get better and I could learn from it so we wouldn't have this moment? And so often people don't do that. They keep this scorecard that you don't even know they're keeping, and they're not even helping you because they're so worried about their job that they're not actually mentoring you to try to help you do yours. And if you help me, it means that I help you. And people don't do that. And so I said, I didn't say that, though, because I was still advocating for myself, and I just saw Carol Burnett so close, and I didn't want her to go, poof. So I said, okay, I see why you would say that, but look at the interview that I did with Jacques Pepin, and the interview that I did here, and the interview that I did. I said, you told me that those were really great interviews, and I realize that you do want to protect me from this person, but I want to say to you that those were really great interviews, and I would really like to do this. If you want to take me from something else and just give me time to focus on this, that would be great, but I don't want you to take this away from me. I think I can do it. And so she looks at me, and she said, okay. And I was like, okay. And the moment comes for me to interview Carol, and I was like, I'm going to prove her not wrong, but right for choosing to let me do it. I didn't want to have the negative energy of proving her wrong. I wanted to prove to her that she made the right decision, that she can trust me in these moments. And so I did the interview with Carol. I didn't fangirl. I got the questions out, but it was just enough of, I love you. I didn't cry in the middle of the interview. At the end, I got to tug my ear with Carol. Dude. And then I ended up, so after that, and Carol goes away, and I just walked like this. And a camera guy was still rolling, and I was just like this. And the warm-up guy said, Carla, how are you? Are you okay? Are you okay? And I was like, oh my God. I didn't breathe for the last 3 segments. And I just thought, I started hyperventilating. And I was like, and it was in that moment that I felt so proud of myself. But if I hadn't advocated for myself, and if I had believed what she believed about the moment, I wouldn't have been able to prove that she made the right decision in actually believing in me. And it was, and we both had the moment. And so the reason I bring that experience up is because we can get so defensive and we can put somebody on the defensive. But when you realize that they have a reason, and if you're really honest about yourself, she wasn't lying about how I handled those other interviews. But what I needed to do was to prove to myself and to her that I could do it. And so it wouldn't have helped, like, why didn't you tell me that then? That wouldn't have helped. But so sometimes you have to be strategic in the moment to actually believe in yourself and to say, how can you catch more flies with sugar than with vinegar? And how can you put the power back on her? And I went back to her and I said, she said, Carla, you did such a great job. And I said, thank you for believing in me. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, because I realized that it was one of the biggest interviews that we had done. And you could have given it to the safe person. And the beautiful thing was, and everybody asks how we all got along on the shoot. And those guys were so amazing. And I told them what had happened, and they said, Carla, we wouldn't have done that interview because we know how much you love Carol Burnett. You know what I'm saying? And so they had my back anyway, but it was just this, I mean, we truly were like brothers and sisters and having each other's backs. And when you have that, when you trust each other and you feel that you are in it together, you know, and you don't want to ostracize people. You don't want to make them feel badly about their decisions. And I think sometimes when we are in adversity, we feel like you come up being defensive and you feel like you got to come out fighting, like, oh my God, the world is against me. But if you can just hear why that adversity is coming to you and what you can do about it. So that's that. That wasn't even on my list, you know. But so, oh my God, I only have how's my time? Okay, I have 10 minutes. Okay, so. There's another moment that I felt really proud of myself in standing up for myself, and I wanted to tell this story because, again, sometimes in adversity, we as women give our power away. And it was when I wanted to do my second cookbook, and you may really prefer about what I'm doing now, but kind of, okay, all right. So I wanted to do my second cookbook, and I really wanted to do well. The first two books didn't do as well as the publisher thought that they should have done. And so for my second book, I'm like, I have to do this book authentically myself. It has to come from me. It has to come from the inside, because so often a publisher will tell you what book will sell. I'm like, well, that's all well and good, but that's actually not who I am. And if I am a personality, then I need to do the book that's in my heart, not in yours, or not on your spreadsheet. And you know, so you have to advocate for yourself. And so I was all set to do this book, and then I was lining up my PR. I wasn't going to take anything to chance. I said, I'm gonna pay for PR. You know, I know you all have your PR, but let me pay for PR. And I had decided to let a friend do my PR from her company. And then we had our meeting. I brought some other people in, and then at some point I realized I don't think she's the right person for the job. Oh, that's my timer, because I didn't want to go over. And I heard Becca say that if you're going to be a speaker, don't go over your time. So I said, I can practice that today. Okay, so I didn't feel that she was right for the job. And the reason I felt that she wasn't right for the job is because I didn't think, honestly, in the food world, there aren't that many black people. And I didn't think as a PR person she knew where to go and find the black people. And my book was about soul food, and soul food every day in celebration. And I had to be honest with that, but I wanted to tell her that. And so I could be quiet and not say anything and just ride this adversity train on out the down the road, or I could be honest with her and realize that maybe this was my lesson in adversity to see how I was going to handle it. And so I said to her, I called her, and then we kept missing each other, and I said, I'm not going to leave a message, I'm not going to send an email, I will speak to her in person because I owe her that respect. And I said, I don't think that you're the right person for this book. I don't think that you know enough about the markets that I need to get into for this book. And I said to myself, where are black, and this is how I'm thinking, like, where are black people? A lot of them are in music and entertainment. So I need somebody in music and entertainment and not necessarily food. And this is how I'm thinking. And so, she was upset. And I said, I understand why you're upset, but I was also trying to stay on my side of the fence. A lot of times we start thinking for other people, what if they think this about me? What if they think this? I don't know what you're thinking about. I don't know what you're thinking about me. If I stay on my side of the fence and I have the integrity to think how I feel, then I can have this conversation in love and not feel like it's going to be antagonistic. And so I said, I understand why you're upset, but I stand by my decision. I think this is the right thing for me. And I go on to get another PR person, and I said to them, where are you going to push this? Do you know the markets? Because I don't, but I need you to be able to do your job. And it had nothing to do with her being white or Jewish or anything, because the other two ladies were about my age and they were white, but they knew the markets. And the book did remarkably well because of it. And I felt really good about taking a stand and seeing that as a test for me in terms of how I needed to move forward and not giving my power away. So, and my life continues to be that way. And so when adversity comes to me, I ask myself, is this mine? How do I feel about it? And how am I going to move through it? Because without adversity, you do not grow. You absolutely need adversity. And if you're supposed to be whatever it is you're supposed to be, without adversity, you will never get there. If you try to avoid adversity and conflict, you are going to be like flatline. Because if you don't grow through it, you don't grow. And so with Top Chef, the one thing that it gave me was being comfortable with the uncomfortable. And sometimes you have to ask yourself, am I comfortable with the uncomfortable? Even having a conversation with your coworkers, with your friends, with your spouses. And that's what my journey has been about. And so when people see me like, oh my God, I want to be where you are. Well, you better get ready for some adversity. And then you can be authentically yourself because you went through all of those things. So thank you. Oh, it's for me?
Yes, it is a little bit for you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
I love y'all so much.
I want to make sure that you all have time to talk to Carla and at the reception, because I know that's what you really want. So we're going to move on through the business. Thank you for sharing so much inspiration and for moving heaven and earth to be with us, because I know you did. She went through extreme adversity just to get here to be with us, and we're so deeply appreciative of having you here with us today. We are going to be doing a drawing for the cookbook, so hang with me. For Carla's cookbooks that we have up here. Hang with me a little bit as we work through some business, and then we will get to the cookbooks and the absolute fun part of enjoying some conversation in person with Carla and some delicious wine and treats as well. I want to recognize the new members to the Brock Circle, and I also want to point out that the program today was being taped. It will be on the LDEI website, and that is sponsored by the Brock Circle, that it was being taped today. So there's an opportunity to watch this again. Remind yourself when you get in a tough patch, when you're sitting alone in your office like I sometimes do, wondering, why did I sign up for this LDEI committee or job, or why am I taking on this new project? You can watch this again. So it will be available. I want to call forward the new members of the Brock Circle, a representative from the Nashville chapter, if you'd come forward. Is there a representative from Nashville? Come on forward. The representative from the New England chapter, another one of our new Brock Circle members, New England chapter. And also Judith Hollis Jones. I'm not sure if Judith is here. Okay. She's a new member, though. Antoinette Benjamin, please come forward. And also Olga Boykas. Olga. Joanne Naganawa. Joanne. And then Brenda McDowell is our newest member of the Brock Circle. And so let's give them a round of applause. And my assistant is going to provide a lei to you. So we really thank you for joining the Brock Circle. If any of you are interested or not members of the Brock Circle, be sure to ask one of these folks about it, or ask myself or our Brock Circle committee. I want to recognize Ann Stratty, who was instrumental on the Brock Circle committee, Ann, our president, and also Treasurer Sharon Olson, who served on this committee. Margaret Hopple Perry, who were instrumental in helping us with this program as well. Margaret. And Patricia Erd. Right here, right down front. Thank you so much. They helped. We met throughout the year putting this program together, coming up with an idea of how the Brock Circle could serve all of you. So I want to thank them. And Stacy Ziegler, who mentored us as a past president. So thank you very much, Stacy, for that. As I mentioned, the Brock Circle is designed to meet the strategic needs of our organization going forward, and also to be aligned with the LDI mission going forward and enhance our conference opportunities. The accelerated payment program was something that we did this year that brought in an additional $46,000 to the Brock Circle, and that was thanks to Alice Foreman. Alice, would you come forward? And Alice dreamed this up. She's great at dreaming up ideas, and she kept us on our toes. So Alice, and thank you so much.
Mahalo.
Mahalo. And Mike will give you the lei. So thank you for that. We want to recognize the people that completed their payments early. They took Alice up on this great offer. Cricket Carson, Julie Chernoff, Patricia Erd, Maria Gomez, Lawrence, thank you. Joanne Naganawa, right up here, thank you. Ann Stratty, the Austin, Boston, and Dallas chapters. Thank you for completing your $10,000 commitment early, and that really does help the fund grow. And thank you all. So. Okay, now we're getting to the fun part, and that is that drawing that you're waiting for, because I know you want Carla's books. So do we have the tickets? Does someone have the tickets? There's Mary. And let's have Carla draw. And we need Mary, you want to stay up here? Somebody with good eyes that can read the ticket. Maybe we need it. Maybe.
Oh, really? No. Oh, really? I mean, they're really something else. See?
I can't see a thing. Oh.
Oh, you need your ticket in here? Oh, they need a ticket.
Oh, okay. Do you have the roll of tickets?
Back in the box?
No, we're going to keep that one
Oh,
out.
I can see it.
Does somebody have the tickets back there?
They're right here still.
Okay.
This one is 127206. Oh, yay. Oh, no. Oh, yay. Oh, Penryn.
Come on up.
What? Do you have proof? Yes.
There you
What?
Come on up.
Come on up, girlie.
Well,
Okay, you want something.
congratulations.
Thank you.
There's a cookbook for you. And
sign it later.
Mary's bringing up the additional tickets. I'll go ahead and move through while she brings up the additional tickets as we go through the rest of it. I want to have the members in the room. If your chapter is a member of the Brock Circle, or if you are a member of the Brock Circle, please stand up. Wow, thank you so much. We want to have an opportunity for all of you to introduce yourselves, so we're going to move through that as soon as we do our drawing. So, and then we'll have an opportunity for you to introduce yourself to the others in the room. I can pass this microphone around while we're waiting for the tickets. So if you're a member of the Brock Circle, introduce yourself to the rest of the group.
Hi, Judith Fab McDonough, Boston Chapter, Mariposa Wines.
Gay Anderson, representing the Atlanta chapter.
Teresa Farney, the Food Editor at the Gazette, Colorado chapter.
Rachel Mueller, Monterey chapter.
Jill Weber, brand new president of the Philly chapter, and this is Natanya, past president of the Philly chapter.
Marissa May, part of the New York City chapter. We're founding Carol Brock here. So,
Alice Gouch Foreman from the but we have someone from our Seattle chapter who wants to say something.
Pasha Scott, Seattle chapter.
Patricia Gillis, Seattle chapter.
Joanna Ganawa, Seattle chapter.
Barbara Hanley, personally, and New England chapter.
Arnell Hinkle, San Francisco chapter.
Nancy Viano, representing the Nashville chapter.
Marcia Palanchi, nationally. Hi, Carla.
Joan Brower, New York chapter. Hi, baby.
Olga Boykis, Washington, D.C.
Lynn Bono, Philadelphia chapter.
Antoinette Benjamin, Ann Arbor chapter.
Diane Wheeler, New England chapter.
Julie Chernoff, Chicago chapter.
Toria Emus, Chicago chapter.
Jessica Ellington, Chicago chapter.
Margaret Happel Perry, New York chapter.
Rita Jamais, New York chapter.
Ann Stratty, Washington, D.C. chapter.
Sylvia Gagnier, Nashville.
Beth Pav, Austin chapter.
The left side, first candidate.
Maria Gomez, San Diego and Mexico chapter.
Nancy Fitch, San Antonio chapter.
Kendall Antonelli, president of the Austin chapter.
Drew Faulkner, D.C.
Mary Setkas, St. Louis.
Gina Birchnell, Austin chapter.
Beth Allen, New York chapter.
Margaret Norfleet Neff, North Carolina.
Barb Pyers, Atlanta.
Linda Roth, D.C.
Shelley Sawyer, Atlanta.
Barbara Spencer, New England chapter.
Sharon Olson, Chicago.
Marilyn Carlson, Seattle.
Stacy Ziegler, Atlanta.
Linda Forrestall, D.C. and Philly.
Carla Williams, Chicago.
Una Choi, treasurer of the Chicago chapter.
Jill Haas, Chicago.
Hi, Mary Moore, Atlanta.
Bonnie Tandy LeBlanc, New York.
Carol Brock, New York.
Thank you all very much. And aloha, I'm Haley Matson Mathis. I didn't say that off the top from Honolulu chapter. So thank you all for introducing yourself. We wanted you to have a little bit more time to tell something about yourself. That was a wonderful idea that Margaret Hoppel Perry recommended on our committee. So we would find out who was a member of the Brock Circle here. If you are not a member and you want to join, then ask one of those individuals or any of us about how you can become a member. And now we're going to go back to drawing more for the cookbooks.
127295. That would be 295. Oh my God, Nora Pouillon. Let me see your ticket. Not that you wouldn't see it.
Very good.
It's your happy birthday. I got your gift. That is correct.
And the cookbooks were provided by Alice Foreman. She generously donated these books, purchased them, so you could have this fun drawing.
This is fun. Oh. Okay. The last three numbers, 267. That would be 267. Not 8, not 9. Oh my God! And Stratty.
Nice.
Because you have on such fabulous shoes, just come all the way down. Let's see your ticket.
Make sure it's legit. Check.
Actually for Dottie Koteski.
Oh, good.
Don't tell her that.
Very good. Okay.
Okay, we're just going to roll through this really quickly. And this would be last three numbers. 212, as in area code 212. What? Okay. You're in a hole. Let me bring it to you. Let me see your ticket. That's right. That's right. That's good. You know, when you're giving away stuff, you have to be on the up and up.
That's right.
281. That would be 281. You have to be present to win. Okay. I just made that up. I didn't know that's true. Are you looking for the ticket? Yes. Okay, let's see it. Oh, just kidding.
That was good. Very good.
Adversity. You know, it's the thing. Okay, here we go. And 27270. All right. Make sure you check our ticket. We can both give it to you. Look at you. Did you get the ticket? Okay, give me that. Okay.
I was just trying to move things along.
I know. Okay, you pick one.
Okay, I'll reach on the bottom.
We have two more books.
This one's stuck. Okay.
Oh. Whoever's on top. We didn't choose you. Okay, 245. 245. All right.
I won't make this mistake of taking the book back there.
Okay, where's your ticket? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, congratulations. Okay, last time.
One more.
Okay, and it is 287. Oh! Come on, Miss Rita, run on down here. You're the last contestant on The Book is Right. Oh, yeah, let me check your ticket. Okay, that's right. Oh my God, you're welcome.
Thank you for doing that. And thank you, Alice, for donating the cookbooks. Really appreciate that. Next up, I'm the only thing in your way between the wonderful Wente wine, and is Allie Wente in the room? Please stand up if you're here. I want to thank them for donating Dolores Cake Bread, for donating the wine we're going to enjoy, and Sunnyland Farms is Stacy Wilson in the room. our partner. They are our partner and will be serving some mixed nuts this evening that we're going to be enjoy, and then you can get to doing what you love to do the most, talk and drink and talk to Carla. Thank you very much for being a part of this Rock Circle program.